What if I told you that Caitlin Clark might be gearing up for the biggest comeback of her career, right when her team needs her the most? After weeks of injury setbacks, rumors, and silence, new clues are sparking hope among Indiana Fever fans everywhere. But is she really ready to return, or are we just seeing what we want to see? Let's dive into the full story.
Down and is grabbing at her left ankle. Oh no. Clark is down, grabbing at her left ankle in pain as the whistle blows and Clark seemingly in a lot of pain.
The Indiana Fever have been without their star guard, Caitlin Clark, for 17 straight games, ever since she went down with that painful groin injury against the Connecticut Sun on July 15th. Think about that. The WNBA's biggest name, the player driving record-breaking ticket sales, and the face of the Fever, sidelined for nearly half the season. And it hasn't just been one injury. Clark's season has been riddled with setbacks. She's only played in 13 games all year, dealing with different knocks and bruises. Just when fans thought she'd return in August, another setback hit. A bone bruise in her ankle before the Fever's matchup with the Phoenix Mercury on August 7th. That slowed everything down. Again.
Continued question about Caitlin Clark's potential return status. Stephanie White had said she needs to see her in practice in order to clear her for a return. We've seen her in shoot-around, but we don't know if she's practiced, and nobody's asked.
This raised a major debate among fans and analysts. Should Clark just sit out the rest of the season to make sure she's 100% healthy for 2026? Or should she push for a comeback if her team makes the playoffs? It's a tough call. On one hand, preserving her long-term health seems like the safe choice. But here's the thing. The Fever are almost locked into a playoff spot, and if Caitlin comes back at full strength, this team could actually make a deep run. And let's be real, Caitlin Clark is as competitive as they come. Sitting on the bench while her teammates fight in the postseason, that just doesn't sound like her. Here's where things get really interesting. Clark traveled with the Fever for their West Coast road trip, a 3-game stretch starting on August 29th with a huge win against the Los Angeles Sparks. The very next day during practice, the Fever's official account posted a fun video of Kelsey Mitchell casually sinking a half-court shot. But eagle-eyed fans weren't focused on the shot. They were focused on the background. Why? Because there was Caitlin Clark wearing the same blue practice shirt as the active players. Not street clothes, not team warm-ups, actual practice attire. Fans immediately began buzzing. She's in the blue shirt. That means she's practicing with the first team, right? It doesn't officially confirm anything, but the symbolism is hard to ignore.
That question remains unanswered, and they're running out of runway to ramp Caitlin Clark up. And of course, the potential of the team is the ceiling is a lot different with CC versus without CC. So it's been a wild season for the Fever, but we still haven't gotten to a point where we know exactly what's coming.
Now let's pump the brakes. Wearing a practice shirt doesn't guarantee she's scrimmaging full speed with the starting unit. Teams are very careful with how much injured players actually do in practice. She could have been lightly participating or even just dressing with the team to build chemistry and morale. Still, in a season full of setbacks, even the smallest sign of progress feels massive for Fever fans. Sometimes it's not about the official injury report. It's about the energy, the presence, and the possibility.
Caitlin Clark is participating in shoot-around this morning, going through warm-ups, then some non-contact drills with the second team. She hasn't officially returned to practice, I'm told, but this is her first time working with the team since her injury.
Here's what's on the line. If Caitlin Clark returns before the playoffs, the Fever instantly transform from a decent playoff team into a dangerous dark horse contender. If she sits out, the Fever might still compete, but they lose their spark, their leader, and the biggest mismatch creator in the league. For Caitlin herself, It's about finding the balance between protecting her long-term career and fueling the fire that's already made her one of the most electrifying players in women's basketball.
It is. I mean, seeing her out there, little passing the ball around, doing some calisthenics, getting the juices flowing. I know a lot of you are like, why come back? Why come back? Well, look, if she's back and she can get in the flow and she does need to come back, I think with several games to go to get back and try to find her first rhythm for the year, really and truly, getting a good, then yeah, they become very dangerous with a big three.
The stakes for her return couldn't be higher. The WNBA has seen a surge in popularity this season, largely thanks to Caitlin Clark's presence and star power. Whenever she's on the court, arenas sell out, jerseys fly off the shelves, and TV ratings soar. The league knows this, the Fever know this, and fans across the country are watching closely to see if she'll make her long-awaited comeback in time for the playoffs.
Because the Sparks are right there with us on the playoff race, and they hold tiebreakers. By the way, so do the Valkyrie. All right, we do have one win. I believe it's one win over the Mercury. And then we've got a Sky team that we should beat, a Mystics team that we should beat, but you can't, I mean, who knows? I think they beat us in the last game. And then we close out the regular season with the Lynx. We're not making the playoffs without Caitlin Clark. There. Yeah, I said it. We're not making the playoffs without Caitlin Clark.
On the flip side, the risk is just as real. Clark is still only at the very beginning of her professional career, and rushing her return could have long-term consequences. Many young stars in other sports have been derailed by nagging injuries when they push too hard, too soon. The Fever coaching staff, medical team, and Clark herself are now faced with a delicate balance. Do they gamble on this season's playoff run, or protect the foundation of what could be a decade of dominance? One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark's return, whether this season or the next, is more than just about basketball. It's about hope, momentum, and the future of the WNBA. Every small clue, every glimpse of her in practice gear is enough to set off a firestorm of speculation. And for Indiana fans, the dream of seeing Clark lead them into the playoffs isn't just alive. It feels closer than ever.
Caitlin Clark, you know her, right? Expected to be back on the court for tomorrow's game against Golden State. Welcome back. We missed you. Clark has missed 5 games due to a groin injury. It is the second stretch that she missed because of an injury this season. Now, Clark was back at practice today and says she's excited. We're excited that she's returning to the lineup.
So here's the big question. Will Caitlin Clark actually return in time to lead the Fever into the playoffs, or is this just another false alarm? Fans are divided. Some say it's smarter to wait. Others believe this is the moment. Her comeback story is already being written. What do you think? Should Caitlin Clark push for a playoff return or protect her future by sitting out the rest of the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading everyone. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single twist in this story. Because trust me, the next few weeks could change everything for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay tuned.